Here's something I've noticed over my years of ministry, that whenever someone is thinking about ending their marriage, they start hanging out with people who have already ended their marriage. Whenever people are thinking about pursuing a new and more adventurous lifestyle morally, they start by hanging out with people who are more adventurous morally. What happens? We're identifying not with people who are seeking by God's grace to follow Him faithfully, but we start being attracted to people who are reflecting the rebellion that we have in our own heart. So that may be why we're so attracted to the caustic Twitter feeds and websites and blogs of people, and we start finding ourselves uttering the vindictives that we've read online over and over. In other words, unbelief says we know that we may have heard that human beings are made in God's image, but I'm going to hang out with people who treat people like trash long enough that I'll begin to express unbelief in that direction. You see, this happens in whatever area of unbelief we are. One is we start identifying with the wrong people. That's certainly what they did. Secondly, we blame the wrong people. Do you notice what the children of Israel are saying here? They're quarreling with Moses. They say, verse 4, why have you brought the assembly of the Lord into this wilderness? Now, there are a couple of problems with that. Number one, it was not Moses and Aaron's idea to wander in the wilderness for 40 years. These dudes are old. By this point in time, Moses is just shy of 120 years old. If there is anybody who wants to be in a land flowing with milk and honey, it's Moses. His bones are old and tired, and he could dig a hot spring, in the promised land. And so this was not his idea, but yet when we have disbelief, we begin looking for anyone to blame for the things we're unhappy about. And here they blame the wrong people. Now, part of blaming the wrong people is it's interesting when we are in a faithless state of mind, there is one person we never blame. Who do you think that is? Us! We don't blame ourselves. It's very interesting, isn't it? That these people are just pointing at Moses and Aaron and they're saying, you have done this to us. But if we've already looked at the story, if we go back, why are they still in the wilderness? It's not because of what Moses and Aaron had done, but it was because of their refusal to believe in the promises of God. It was because they were being unbelieving, just as they are in this story. And isn't that funny how unbelief blinds us? It creates a delusion that we are innocent of everything and that everything is someone else's fault.